Hi everybody, welcome to Outlaw Dies, and today I wanted to show you one of our new dies called Old Glory. And yes, this is the American flag, and I wanted to really go over this die for a couple of reasons. For one, it's a very unique die in the sense that it's not a die that you just roll through once and then you get your impression and that's what you're going with and you're all said and done. It's not one of those types of dies. This is the type of die that is what we would like to call a builder die. And what that basically means is that you're using layers and you are building your ultimate shape or object that you're doing. And we did this die this way because the United States is not the only country in the world. We're not the only people that scrapbook. We're not the only people that, have pride in our flag and in our heritage. So I wanted to create a die set that began with my roots as an American and proud to be that American, and then also be able to expand later on into dies of other countries for other scrapbookers to represent their pride and their heritage and all of their traditions. So this die set is accomplishing that in a couple of ways. The first way is that the base of the die is the flag itself. And this is the whole base of the die. It is the wave of the flag. And you can use it by itself and just do one solid color. You can add the companion sets that we have to it and then change it up to make different flags. The die set itself comes exactly as you see it, as the American flag, as Old Glory. But like I said, there will be other companion sets later on that will change and have additional pieces that will fit inside this quarter panel and also be other types of stripes or other types of emblems or embellishments like stars and such on the flags itself. But that's down the road later to come. This set, another thing that I needed to show everybody, and the reason why I wanted to show you is because it does get put together a little bit differently than your normal die sets. Normal die sets, you would do your background piece first, and then you would layer all your different other pieces on top of that. With this set, it's different and unique because of its rounded edges and bevels and the way that it's shaped. It's very easy for this set to get turned around with its pieces. These can get jumbled, they can get mixed up, they can get turned. And even though it does look like it is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Balanced piece, it's not. One dip is different than the other. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your dips line up correctly because they should all be the same exact wave on the top to the bottom. If one of these is turned upside down, you will see that when you line them up, the wave does not quite match the same here. So there is a right way and there is a wrong way, unfortunately. Okay, so you want to decide and you want to find that first. So once you've found that, you can cheat and you can do like a Sharpie and you can put like a little tick on the top so that you know that that direction's up. But what I recommend that you do is I recommend that you put the die together a little bit differently. And what I mean by that is you're going to start with the quarter panel here. The quarter panel here goes with the star set that we've also made for the American flag. I did not make these two together as one piece and joined because there are other flags in the world that use this same quarter panel. So there will be other designs that we will have that will set inside of this later on. Okay, also because this is a very versatile piece to make a journal, to make, a ribbon or a couple of other things down the road. More than just one thing. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to place this down on your blue because the blue is going to be the background for the stars. And the stars themselves are going to get cut out and they're going to pop through because your white is going to be your base. Now on this star piece, you do want to make sure that you're putting it down correctly. The stars have points. 1 point points to the top, 2 points points to the bottom. If you do it the other way, it's going to look wrong and you're going to kick yourself over and over again. Trust me, I've done it a couple times already. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to center them this way. You're going to put it together. You're going to hold that down with your washi tape or your Post-it notes, however you do that. And then you are going to get your piece here. And so you can see the white is going to come through your open star background. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to decide how tall you want your flag. Do you want a true to size? Do you want it just half on the bottom of your page? Do you want it hanging off the bottom of your page? However you want to choose where you want this stripe to be is where you're going to go with that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to decide where you want your flag. So you're going to put that there roughly. And the reason why you do this is because you want to go ahead and bring this point, that groove is going to catch that top part right where that blue is. And so you want to kind of marry those up so you know where to put this top die. And the reason why we do this is because this top point here is going to be much higher than this bottom point over here. Okay, and I know you can't really see that too well with my fingers in the way, but it's going to be high up here and low down here. And the reason for that is because we're giving you the illusion that the flag is waving. And usually it doesn't wave straight, it waves on a downward angle because of its heavier weight on this side, because it's only connected usually over here. So that's what we did. So we're going to do that. We're going to put that here like this. We're going to put this down with our tape. We're going to hold it down, and then we're going to run that through the machine. Go ahead and take this off before you do run it though. Okay. And then when you run it through your machine, you're going to go ahead and you're going to get your piece. And you're going to see that, again, if I put this square on my board here, this side over here is much higher than this side down here. There's about almost an inch discrepancy between the two. Okay, and my paper here on the bottom is just slightly larger than 12 inches, so I have a little bit of extra overhang here, which is fine. Not every paper is cut the same. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to put your glue and everything else on your page here, and you're going to lay that blue over the top of that white. Okay, and you're going to do a much better job gluing down than I am. I'm just doing this for a video demonstration, so you can see I've already done a couple of takes. Anyhow, okay, so that once that's done, this is basically now the base that you're going to work with, and you're going to build on this base. You're going to take this piece, which is the ribbons and which is the stripes of our flag, and you're going to run this through on red, and you're going to run this through a couple of times to give yourself a bunch of pieces. So I haven't done it to fill it, but you can see what I mean by doing it a couple of times with a couple pieces. Again, you're going to have to remember these can get turned around to where that they're not matching up exactly right, but you'll notice when they don't. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, see if I switch this around the wrong way, you'll see what I mean here. See how that doesn't line up? You're going to go ahead and you're going to marry up the left side here to your blue, and then you're going to make sure that you cover all the top of that white on your first stripe. Okay, and then you're going to take the next one and you're going to go all the way over to the other side, and you're going to make sure, for starters, that you're in the right upside down thing so your curves are right. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to follow the same pattern. You're going to bucket up against this one here, covering all the white, and then making sure you cover all the white going all the way over. Now what you're going to notice is there's a little bit of an overhang here. This stripe comes down lower than this one. That's what you want. You want those two to be different, because when they fold into each other, again, this flag is going downwards. So this stripe is going to continue lower than this one. And so when it folds on itself, it's going to fold and create kind of a Z. And that's what's going to give you that illusion. If you darken these edges slightly with a little bit of your distress inks, that will basically create the illusion of that crease all the more. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Now from this point, there's a couple different ways to go. You can just continue doing the stripes all the way down as you see fit, or you can try and balance it out and get the right look of the flag. And I believe, if I'm correct, if memory serves right, there's a white down here on the bottom next to the blue. It's not a red stripe that's up against the blue. So what I want to make sure of is that my next piece over here is going to be red this way, because that white stripe is going to connect down here a little bit lower. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of put that there just as a little bit of a guide for me so that I know where my stripes in here are going to go. Just to give me a little bit of a guide and a reference point as to where I want these pieces to be. They should be just about evenly split, and they should fit in just about right. Okay. Oops. I can't play around too well because my hand's not allowing me a lot of leeway here. But you get the idea. Okay. You want to have the red stripes and the white stripes the even size. So if I do that properly, it should turn out to be just about like so. Like that. Okay, and then you'll continue that look throughout your whole flag. And then again, you'll continue this on the opposite side that way. So that's how you layer this, and that's how you put it all together. Again, very proud of this die and how it has turned out. Very happy with the way that it looks. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them. Would love to have your feedback on it. And we hope to see you soon on Outlaw Dies, and we have more to come. Thanks so much.